apparently, but not. Okay. Just have a look. All right, everybody. Welcome. This is the August 2022 reading. And I did make a reading already for August 2022, of course. And I had to stop the reading after about an hour because I just felt uncomfortable with some of the things that I was saying. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. I always trust my instincts when it comes to these things. So what I'm going to do is, normally I do the Gong Hei Fot Choi, okay, and then we go through a whole lot of readings. But today what we're going to do is just start with the Archangel Michael Oracle, okay, because I am telling you now, the angels are always like ever present, and they have been around so much lately. And it's been a wonderful experience to be able to teach in the second semester actually how to do channeling. And what the students are coming up with and, connecting with is absolutely stunning. I really hope that they will share at some point their own channeled messages, because it is absolutely out of this world. So much is being learned. But what I have noticed here is that sometimes, we forget to call on our angels for help, right? And just whatever happens. So I'm asking for a message from Archangel Michael for all of us for now, and also for the month of August. Oh my God, and we got new beginnings and a fresh start. Oh my God. Thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support, and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes. Now, I can tell you something. What will happen a lot of the times with our journey is that we get to a point where there's something from the past that needs to dissolve. Okay? Yesterday, the 1st of August, had a number of conjunctions. I've been on the phone Zoom call with patrons yesterday. We were having a really good talk about different things. And also the day before, I was on a Zoom call with the light leaders, right? And the interesting thing is that a lot of people, when something is beginning in their life, okay, it's actually beginning, all this craziness happens. Crazy intense feelings, screaming and yelling matches, fights and arguments, old crap coming to the surface, feeling like you're scared for no reason, going back to an old behavior problem, anxiety or stress, or being triggered by something that you thought you got rid of. Now everyone thinks, oh my God, I'm going backwards. No, you're actually going forwards. And these things come up in our lives to show us how far we've actually come, and to remind us what shit we used to deal with. Excuse my language sometimes, but seriously, things that we used to deal with on a daily basis, right? And, putting up with stuff. Like, I used to just do as I was told all of the time, and not argue, and just not say anything until I got, because I'm a rabbit, all right, in the Chinese thing. So if I'm going to get pushed and pushed and pushed to a corner, I'm going to be ferocious when I'm cornered and I'm cornered. And as my friend said to me the other day, and sometimes I go, she said, hey, I'm a rabbit and I'll go in my hole sometimes, That made me crack up. Dana. But it's like, we always think of our life situation because something is going on tumultuously, or arguments, and instead of always thinking, oh, I haven't healed, we have to think, oh, what this means is that I'm on a fresh new beginning, and I have to understand my past and just continually let it go, continually dissolving those things, giving thanks to it for showing the things that perhaps are still triggering a little bit as you move forward. Nobody says that, you have to be perfect on this journey. But you really have to learn what you're saying and how you're reacting to things, and watching your protection, like making sure that you're open to the changes that are coming in. New beginnings and fresh start, archangels are single day, right? Say to yourself every single day, this is a new start for me. It's a new start, it's a new day, it's a new beginning. It's going to be awesome, right? Rather than setting yourself up to fail like you might be doing subconsciously. What else do we need to hear? The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Okay. Thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I'm grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in our life. Right? We've had enough of those kinds of lessons, right? Enough of the lessons of, wow, I really trusted this person and I can't believe it. No. When someone is not correct for us, we actually know. I'm going to turn this over a little. See what we get from this side. We actually know, but we don't listen to it. We actually know. Right? So a trustworthy, if you are if you're always going through a time where people are ripping you off, treating you badly, or upsetting you, using you, the thing, if you're looking at the law of attraction, is it says, oh, you've attracted this somehow. Yeah, because you're sitting there thinking how you're just going to attract these idiots into your life. That'll teach me. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have the worst people come into my life that use me. That now. No, you're not doing that. You're not attracting. What's happening is that low vibrational energies will come forward to try to trap and stop a higher vibrational energy. And your job is to pick up on it, understand what it is right away. Don't ignore your intuition and say no. So if you keep on seeing people users and abusers and treating you really badly and taking advantage of you, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, say to yourself, you know what, this is not something I'm attracting. This is something I'm allowing, because I'm not listening to my instincts, which are telling me that I shouldn't have even bothered in the first. Do you know what I mean? So you just need to be aware of hijackers, energy hijackers, psychic vampires, and all that sort of stuff. And sadly, a lot of it happens in the spiritual community, right? Where they're unhealed themselves. A lot of people turn in their healing journey to something like Reiki, for example, and they haven't even healed themselves yet, And there are dangerous people out there that will actually have, you'll go to them for or whatever, and then you'll feel like they keep on telling you to come back. That's something you don't get from me. People are like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, once we're done, we're done. You shouldn't need me. If you've listened to everything, that's that. And again, my own instincts about people, working with people for a number of years instead of cutting it off. Just being there for them and helping them to keep vibration high and, being an ear for them or whatever. And then, after years and years and years, then they're gone, right? So it's like, we've got to listen. When we're in a new beginning, all hell can break loose in our life. So you need to remember that in the back of your mind. Maybe this needs to be torn apart. Maybe I need to get to rock bottom. And even the angels tell us, you need to scream. You need to get angry. You need to get that raw emotion out of your body, because if it sits inside of your body, you are going to get infectious problems. You're going to get joint problems. You're going to get infections in your lungs. You're going to lower your immunity. You're going to have problems with your blood pressure. Okay? Why? because you're trying to squash down such power that is actually transformative healing power. You're trying to squash it down so you don't make a scene or make a noise, or you're trying to be good or something. And it will come up and it will come up and it will come up. So pay attention to these messages that you're being given, okay? You know, I will try to help you as much as I can to help yourself. That is what Divine Miracles has always been about. And if you always have an excuse as to why you can't do these simple things, you may always just go around in circles because you're defeating your purpose with your own self-sabotage. So the bottom line is, why don't you like yourself enough to want to be the best version of you that there is? You know? Anyway, we're going to keep going. All right, thank you, Archangel Michael, for watching over the readings. And each one who's listening today, thank you for sending each person who's listening at any point. Thank you for helping them to bring them vibration. Earth deck. Excuse me. I have a microphone plugged in today, so you probably way more than you need to. All right, don't pop off of there, that's all. Okay, there it goes. Okay. All right, interesting. Okay. Ouch. Yikes. Okay. All right. Let's lift this up a little. All right, we're going to take a look at the Heaven and Earth tarot. Now, this is focused on August 2020. I want to tell you, these pictures in this particular deck are stunning. You know, you might have seen the Runic Oracle tarot. It's the same artists, I'm pretty sure. So we're asking about August 2022. Now, we need to remember that there is a full moon, supermoon in Aquarius. This is Leo season, so it's going till 22nd of August, right? Full moon, conjunctions, all kinds of things that are taking place. One thing happened yesterday, hasn't happened for 1,000 years. The 3 planets conjuncting each other. And it's going to continue, right? It's going to continue. More and more and more energy. So what we're asking about is August 2022. What messages do we need to hear? Okay. I'm going to start off with work and finances. Okay. Work and finances for everyone listening. August 2022. Work and finances first. Okay. Ha! Look at us. Earthly power. This is the connection with the Emperor in the traditional tarot. Look at this shape here. We have this diamond shape. Let me see if I can bring this. Oops. Okay, hello. Bring this up here. I've got some incense ash. Okay. Okay. Bringing it up here just for a minute. Earthly power. The Emperor. This is going to be to do with work and your finances. And wow, we couldn't have got a better card for that, except for the King of Coins, right? So In this instance, because it's a major card, you have reached an arrival point. So what happens is that we are working towards we are working towards all of the time abundance on every level, right? We're working towards this. This is actually not the Emperor card. This is actually the Four of Coins, so that makes sense. I thought maybe this is one of those decks where they just call things different names, because that happens as well. So this is, again, about our finances and about work. It's still a powerful card. It is connecting with a balance here, right? That you have to be in balance with what you're doing, what you want, what you love to share. Now, in this particular instinct, as we see, this to me, the diamond shape is a very, very abundant shape. For me, I use the diamond shape a lot with my healing work, with my manifestations. It was something that when I was a child and I was on a long distance bus ride, that a man sat next to me that wasn't from this earth, and he showed me how to draw a diamond shape out of diamonds. And he showed me how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and he drew an amazing drawing that kind of helps inspire me when I do my mandala drawings. And I believe that person was just, it was someone I could see. I could see him sitting there next to me on the bus. But nobody else apparently could see this guy. Like, no one was sitting next to me, apparently. I found out later. Right? But I was only a young girl at the time. So by this full moon, it's coming up mid-August, we are going to see just the things that we've been doing that have been bringing forth this abundance for us. And the boundaries that we've set up between our wealth and ourself, where we feel like things are unattainable, that we are understanding that we are being gifted things, that we are givers. We're always giving to other people. We deserve to receive. And we have to loosen our grip. We can get a little bit of money and go, right, that's it. I'm not spending anything. We've got to hang on to it. We've got the money. It's come in. We're no spending this month, right? We get all funny about it. And that's come from a past of just not having the next pay come in, or the next thing is going to be difficult, or you don't know where the money's coming from, or whatever. So you've got to allow yourself to let go, keep the balance of resources. Otherwise we struggle. So we also do this as well to do with our, this is the Queen of Cups. This is following our intuition, of course, with regards to our finances and where we are, perhaps looking at the past, situations where crap has gone wrong, and perhaps we're still focusing on it being the case, right? Perhaps we're still focusing on it, but we actually have this bird right here. There's a couple of symbols in this particular card. All right. Let me see if I can help you with this. So the energy of the Queen of Cups is someone who is a water sign generally, okay? Gemini can also come up with this. Cancer signs, Queen of Cups. Scorpio. Pisces as well. So it can mean your psychic gifts, your empathy, your divination, enjoying a good time, having your spiritual connections and stuff. But what happens here is that the Queen of Cups energy comes into our financial energy, so it's going to kind of balance things. But it's saying also that your own skills are helping you to move forward. She is a reservoir of emotion. She is empathic. She can connect to others really quickly. But she reminds us that we are all interconnected. We all share, similar stories and events in our life as well. No one's ever really truly alone either. So the energy here is about the intuition and urging you to do the same. And if you focus on your desires, the energy of the Queen of Cups can bring into fruition your desires. So you're desiring more, okay? You want to be sure that you're going to be okay. Now that's a mindset also, right? So this is saying that as long as you are trusting in yourself and your ability to manifest, then she will put you on that path. She will guide your efforts to where you desire to go. The Fool, it's kind of like a disc behind her that's lit up. There's some energy with the lobster coming out of the cup here. So the Cancer sign, the crab, it actually used to be known as the lobster or seen as a lobster in the sky. So sometimes that comes up in these card readings, right? A heron is by her feet. There's a swan somewhere here. A swan swoops out over the throne sort of thing. Okay, let's have a look where. Oh, up the top. Okay, it's really misty. Okay. So in this instance, the Queen of Cups, she's got her hand open, ready to see and feel the situation, right? She just can't allow her emotions to get the better of her financially. And finally here, for work and finances, we have another cup card. So we have the Four of Cups sitting here. So this means that things are being offered and coming in. All right? It's like an insane offer coming in your direction. Are you going to be open to this offer? Sometimes people, how do I explain it? I get a lot of messages from a lot of different people over the years, inviting me to something or asking me to speak somewhere or listening to somebody or maybe I should collaborate with someone. And I've always sort of said, unless I've wanted to, and there's been people that I've worked with and connected with and interviewed with and all kinds of things, if I've wanted to, right? And I've always trusted in myself like that. And sometimes things come up in my readings as well for myself, where it says, an offer's coming in. Well, I get 1,000 offers a day from all kinds of people that are trying to rip people off, or, hey, do this plan, you're going to make a lot of money over here, or, hey, let's do this. And I just ignore it. I ignore all those kinds of things. So I get it when people say, yeah, I'm waiting for the right thing to come forward. Now, what this is saying for you, what I'm sort of picking up on, is that because you're open intuitively, because you're dissolving all of the old, and because you're focusing on where you want to be, right? You don't have to take up every little offer that comes forward. But just know that when the right thing comes up for you, that your whole being will tell you that it's correct. And even if it's not your long-term solution, it's going to guide you to what is. Okay? At the same time, don't be so arrogant or shut off that you shut down an offer that may come forward financially, this is, because of pride or because of, nope, that's not what I wanted to see, so it can't be right. Be a little open, okay? You're going to receive probably more than one offer, but one of them is going to be pretty amazing, right? Sometimes these opportunities that come forth are things that we're looking for. So this is sort of giving you questions here. Do you always accept the opportunities? When do you take time to contemplate where you are? And also, what activities do you like to do alone? So sometimes periods of boredom really, really begin to open our creative sides as well. So this is a water, this is a moon, Jupiter correspondence, Cancer as well. You could be taking a break, evaluate your position, doing things alone as well. You're finding something new, and you're finding new inspiration. Don't feel like you have to take up every opportunity now that I've talked about it. It's just that don't be so shut off that you're closing down perhaps a really good situation. Your intuition will tell you. Okay. All right, so what else can we say? Okay. What else is coming? Peace. The Empress. All right. So I just asked in general, okay, about these particular cards here. And we see the peace energy here, the Two of Swords. We see the Empress, and we see the Knight of Swords. So this is a very, very communicative time, right? You're going to feel like talking. You're going to feel like saying stuff, right? Okay. Now, I want to tell you that the Two of Swords can be an interesting card. The Two of Swords is about not getting into any arguments or starting anything. It can show a defensive stance, like against outward, like you just feel like you're right and that's that. So this particular energy, she's protecting her vibration here. She's protecting her heart space. And it's a natural shield to do this. It's also a shamanic thing. So there may be a choice that you need to make in August. A deal that's coming up. And this is connected with Uranus, Libra, air, moon signs. You are protected. You do have to face a choice. You feel like you're caught in this energy and you need to trust. Right? So it's a crossroads and you're being brought into a hard decision. Right? But there's peace involved with it. Right? There's peace involved here. So change is hard when we ignore the small voice, we can make things worse. Decisions that are forced upon us are made in the heat of the moment are never happy decisions. So be careful with what path you choose, cutting away more than you desire with the sharpest edge of the blade doesn't just hurt the thing you cut, it hurts you back, right? This is another time where there is something that is not exactly as it seems in your life. But your intuition is telling you what that is. Your gut feeling is telling you what's right and what's wrong. I have said this before, but I particularly remember this card coming up. And I didn't know what it meant because I wasn't facing any choices at the time. I wasn't in any arguments. I wasn't even fighting with myself. I was actually in a really good place. And it came up. But 2 weeks later, there was a massive problem and the blindfold was now off. So this could be showing you, for example, in the same sort of situation as what I had. at this one point where I was not seeing what was right in front of me going on. I wasn't even seeing it because I don't think that way, right? For example, let's just say, oh gosh, how am I going to put it? If you're not the type of person that would cheat on anybody or be disloyal in any way, right? That's just not in your energy. You don't think that way, right? You don't really expect it anywhere else either. You expect people to treat you how you treat them, right? So the energy of this card is that something the opposite of what you would expect is actually occurring and you can't see it because it's not the way that you think. It's not the way you've been wired. And it's completely opposite of all of your values, but yet it's happening. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's partner's cheating. I'm not saying that, right? But I'm saying there is something going on here that you cannot see right now. But I can guarantee you in a couple of weeks, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, whatever that is for you. It is the opposite of what you think is going on is actually going on. And this is in your own private space. Now, it will leave you to a decision. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing that's happening. It's just an unexpected thing that you didn't think was going on and it is going on. And when you find out, you're going to be like, oh my God, that was happening, you know. The next is the Empress card. The Empress card has also been coming up a lot in readings with the Emperor, right? Because we're about to receive a whole lot. So this is earthly abundance here. She sits on the wooden throne decorated with flowers and Celtic knotwork. She leans against a lavish fur backing. She appears to be daydreaming. Her dress is long and white. She has rolled her sleeves to the elbows and holds a flower scepter in one hand. A crown of flowers appears on her head. She has a wooden lyre next to her as well. So this is the Hebrew letter is Daleth, which means door. This is a doorway card. The correspondences are Venus, Taurus, and Libra. Well, Taurus, you know, is our north node for the world right now, right? And Libra brings in balance. So this can be abundance, feeling creative, receiving nourishment, enjoying the beauty of the earth, fertility for some people, feeling happy and fulfilled. What type of portal or doorway is the Empress representing to you? Because you're about to go full steam ahead into it. So what is it going to be? This is an abundance kind of a reading, a work reading. I mean, I'll be talking about things in general for August as well. So how's it feeling? You're giving birth to a new being that is you. And peace is going to come forward. Peace is here. Once we find out what we need to find out that's been going on, and the mask has been on. Well, the mask has literally been on these people. Wow. And then we have the Knight of Swords along with this. So we have this energy once again of this feminine energy. We are stepping into our new experience. We are stepping into the doorways of our destiny. We are moving forward into our North Node. We are forgetting all of the old and experiencing now all of the new, right? So what do we expect to happen? So the Knight of Swords comes in with his silver armor and his red cape, rushing through the land, seeking out adventure, pushing his sword out in front of him. His helm on the sword has a red feather coming out of it. And his horse is breathing heavy, etc. It's like an eight-pointed star appears above the knight's head in the sky. So this is about Taurus, Gemini energy. Having a plan, taking swift action, rushing forward, thinking before you act, and a burst of creative insight. It's also activating. It's a very activating card. So this person trusts the victory to be the outcome. They trust that everything they're doing is the right. They don't even think about it. Because I can tell you, right, if this particular knight was worried in any way, his horse would not go forward, because the horse feels everything. The horse is only feeling, we've got to go, we've got to get there, it's happening now. Let's get there as fast as we can. I'll do anything you want. Right? The only thing is with this particular knight is that he is rushing into action. You know, he's ready to help you, can come in to help you, right? But he can be really impatient. So he's rushing into something also without even thinking about it, because if he's thinking about it, his horse would feel it, right? So a lot of energy that you have right now, it's building momentum. It's getting us where we want to go, right? So it's rushing headlong, right? But when used smartly, it can put us in the right place at the right time to try something new. So in this energy, we're asked to take the seated position here for a little bit, right? And pull back, understand that we have everything that we need, that all the resources are coming through as well, and that very, very quick movements are not going to work for us. If we rush and do something, we're going to make a mistake. But also that Two of Swords is very important. That there is something going on that you are unaware of. And I'm not just, I don't want people to start accusing their partner of cheating. It's not that. It's just something going on that you can't see right now. Okay? But you are going to. And when you do, then you'll be able to make a decision. Okay, so the next sort of question I'm sort of asking the cards for August 22. What about our life in general? What about life in general? Let's have a look at that. Wow. Wealth. Oh, okay. The Devil. I want you to bear with me. I know we see some of these cards and we're like, ooh, just bear with me. Wealth and the Devil. Okay. This is interesting. And then the Hierophant. Now this is our life in general. Look at all this. Look at this symbology here. Okay, we've got to look at things deeper than what the card is showing at the front. What's back here in each of these cards? What do you think this means? I'm just going to let you look at it for a minute while I have a mouthful of water. I asked about life in general. 10 of Coins, the Devil, and the Hierophant. These two, completely opposite here. Okay. So we are going to get what we want. Probably more than what we think we want. Because I'm continually seeing, if you've been watching my TikTok videos, I put them up on YouTube, continually seeing abundance, and we have to go for it. So This is about wealth. This is about Mercury, Pluto, Virgo, Earth itself. This is about completion, abundance, a stable income, a worthy legacy, an actual physical manifestation now. Enjoying the good moments which surround you. And it's asking you, what legacy, doesn't mean money all the time, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Why does this man here, do you think, why do you think he stays inside while others are enjoying life? And what is the significance of the tree of life? Right? So the Ten of Pentacles is the legacy card. It speaks to what we leave behind when we're gone. This wealth can be measured in money, quality of relationships, projects worked on. Fear of the unknown or death can make it harder to understand what legacy you leave behind. It's time to think about what you want others to have and put plans in motion to help them receive your gifts. Planning for the future is hard, especially when you do not have a lot. So giving in to the temptation to not do anything is present. However, it does nothing to rectify the situation. People are looking for their fair share one day. So it's about having all desired resources, riches coming in many forms, right? A sense of wholeness comes when the desired level of prosperity is reached. And we're recognizing the resources available as well. So leaving a legacy is an important rite of passage. When a person dies, what do they want to be remembered as? And I have to tell you, that is really important for me. When I die, I want to be remembered for trying to help. Just for trying to help. You know? And I may not have, I don't know, houses and cars and things now in my life. But if I can give something to this world where it's work that you love, where it's healing that you have felt and it's changed your life, or whether it's messages that touched your soul and inspired you to keep going, I think that outweighs all of the money, let's just say. Right? So it's always been important to me to make sure that I have something that I leave behind in my life, because nothing's been left behind to me other than problems. But just to leave some kind of stamp on this world, you know, in my own way. And maybe you need to focus on this, but for most of us, when the 10 of coins comes up, okay, we're getting something coming in. We've manifested something. And maybe it is enough to put aside. Maybe it's an inheritance. Maybe it's, you know, but it's something good. And it's no longer, or it has been perhaps controlled before. And it's no longer controlled anymore. We're going to look at this Devil card too. See, that's connected to okay. So the Devil card is connected to Capricorn and Saturn, okay, which is kind of interesting. Ugh. All right, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, Becky. Okay. Right. So, okay, I'm just going to read to you what this book says. A man and a woman appear chained to a ring on a pedestal. A tight circlet appears around each of their necks. They wear cloths wrapped around their lower halves of their body. The man has his tied in a knot. The woman holds hers close to her waist. She's got red hair and she rests one arm on her head. He has both his hands free. Horns sprout from their heads. The devil perches on the pedestal above them. His face appears as a goatish skull, and he has the body of a man. His legs are hairy and end in the hoofs of a goat. He holds his hands in a mock illusion of the magician card. This reminds the two figures who is in control here. The hand points up, has the symbol for Saturn carved into it. The hand pointing down holds a flaming torch. An inverted pentagram hovers between the devil's horns and wings. So when people say as above, so below, it's actually not what they think they're saying. It is actually connected to Satanism and Saturn. Saturn worship and Satan worship, same thing. Okay? Goes into a long story. And, okay. So the main theme of this card is addiction. And anything that keeps you from working on what you desire in life can be an addiction. Substance abuse, gambling, even spending too much time online. The chains wrapped around the necks of the two people may or may not keep them bound in place. Being stuck is an illusion in the devil card. Addiction is a powerful thing, and it's hard to overcome when you do not have help or a strong core. So face the demon, free yourself from the fear, and you'll find yourself back on the path to what you desire in no time. Just make sure that you use your inner strength to keep away from what got you chained in the first place. The devil is a keen trickster. He knows your weak spots and what your heart desires. These aspects are then twisted around to get you into trouble. Sometimes the trouble spots take you to the path of addiction. So this can talk about excess. And the Hebrew letter is ayin, meaning none, void. Capricorn and Saturn are the correspondences. So strong desires, addictions, temptations, taking care of yourself, freeing yourself, overcoming fear and confusion, and stop giving your power away. Okay? Embrace this. So there's an interesting sort of a sensation because you have the devil, but behind it you have the Empress. So she's giving you a way out here. This is about understanding what things are shifting away, like what things are dissolving, okay, what things you're releasing right now, but also where you are held bound by what you want, okay? So the devil knows that everybody wants money right now. The devil knows that people are looking for the right person, so they might be, online or fishing or whatever they're doing, right? I don't know. And sometimes you can be lured in to a situation that's really not right for you, and it appears to be correct, right? It appears to be good. Whenever I see the devil card come up in a reading like this, it is a direct challenge to the good work that you're doing. It's a direct challenge to you. Something that is old, something that controlled you before, or someone that controlled you before, right? A Capricorn, perhaps. A boss. An old job that you used to make money at or whatever, and you had to leave because of some circumstance. You had to leave because you had to leave, right? The old person, the old situation, the old life. We can sometimes look back and look in rose-colored glasses and forget just how much we went through, just how bad it really was. I've seen people go back to relationships when it was a nightmare and it was an addiction on both parts, or they had addictions together or whatever it was, right? And so they have this ingenious plan that if they can get back together and they can both do it together, that they'll understand each other and help support each other. Next thing you know, they're on again. My brother was a heroin addict, still is, from the time he was 14. My brother Stephen is 3 years younger than me, right? And he looks like an old man. Completely different life path journey, I guess you could say. He is one funny guy though, I'm telling you. You think I'm funny with my sense of humor? I actually think I'm pretty funny. My brother Steve is really funny. He's Jim Carrey funny, like the whole faces and stuff. He will act out a feeling that he has, right? It's you can't be mad at him for too long. However, he can't control, his addictions. He has this plan, like I said, of, hey, we could do this together. And, the other person's been an addict as well. And then they have the weak moment together and back they go, right? This is looking, for you, it's looking at your life and deciding what doors really need to be shut. Because there will be a temptation for those easy ways out to open again. Especially in desperate times, as people have felt. But also in another sense, of looking at this reading, the truth of who we are and what we want has already been revealed to us. And we're just going to now walk through those peaceful doorways. So stay on the path and don't give up, right? Abandon any kind of temptations right now, because you are the Hierophant, okay? You are the Hierophant. You can manifest what you need. You do not need to lower yourself or go back to an old easy way of making money or something. No, it has to stop, right? The Hierophant in this instance is about guidance. The Hebrew letter is Vav, meaning nail. It is connected with Taurus once again and Venus. And it's receiving knowledge from higher sources, connecting to the divine, awakening to understand. It's for teaching. It's for using tools to get a message across. It's for spiritual knowledge and a channel for divine messages. So this is really, the Hierophant represents an important theme, knowledge and learning at its core. Right? This card is one of learning to integrate into society. But again, he has his fingers up to the sky. In this case, he's got his fingers pointing at the peaceful dove. So he's flanked by two animals. He's flanked by a bull and an elephant. Okay? He wears white. He wears red. And they are decorated with pentacles and the astrological symbol for Taurus. His crown, because Taurus is obviously connected with the bull as well. His crown has 3 tiers and a 6-pointed star glows over the top of it. And see, there's also, you might not see it, but there's the nails right here. His right hand points high in the air with 2 fingers, while his left grasps a staff, wearing a Borromean ring representing strength in unity. 2 columns flank the figure. The one on the left has an alchemical symbols for air and fire, while the one on the left has, the one on the left has air and fire, the one on the right has water and earth. A pure white dove hovers above his raised fingers. A red carpet lines the stairs in front of this religious figure, bearing a sun, the astrological symbol for Taurus and Jupiter, and 2 crossed keys. 2 followers wearing robes supplicate themselves before the Hierophant. So, what advice does you think this man gives you? What do the 2 keys unlock? Right? Elephant brings, if his trunk is up, he's going to bring good luck, but his trunk is down. He's kind of sullen here. We're using tools to get the message across. Sometimes this can come up when people are turning away from the light, giving in to those temptations here. So it's pretty interesting how much knowledge we all have within us. I don't believe in traditional ways of doing readings either. There are many different ways of doing readings. I always go with my feelings, but I believe that the energy of the Hierophant as a spiritual leader, I believe was more it was more talking about, in the old days, was more talking about religion. So it was religion versus, paganism or something, right? And this does remind me of Solomon here. And I don't believe that people should be looking up, what's the word? If I was a minister, let's say, and my dad wanted me to be one for I don't know how long, but if I was a minister, right, or pastor, or whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't want my congregation to be feeling like they're less than capable of talking to God. So that I would be out for that reason, right? Because the idea of, church, for example, is that you have a head of the church, the pastor, the minister, the whatever, the rabbi, whatever, and everybody listens to them to give them advice and knowledge and wisdom because they're more superior, right? So they must know more. And I found that particular trait was not washing very well with me, because my teachings are, and my beliefs are, that we are all equal in our knowledge. And people will say, how can that be Devine? You seem to know a lot more than I know. We are all equal in our knowledge. We tap into it at different times. It releases at different times in our life. It doesn't mean that we're not equal, right? It doesn't mean that we haven't been born as equally connected as the next person, right? It's just, when is it going to start to unwind itself in your life? When are you going to accept what you tap into the easiest? You get feelings about something? You're clairsentient. That is your prime energy power, right? You hear something sometimes, or you get a whistling in your ear, or you get this bubbling sound in your ear, like your vibration is changing. You're clairaudient as your main power, psychic power, whatever you want to call it. You have visions every now and then. You're clairvoyant, right? You just know stuff. You're claircognizant. Okay? You might be a clear speaker. You might be a clear thinker, right? You just might know. You just might trust your intuition. Sometimes you don't. Big mistakes happen. What I'm saying is, this whole idea of going to a place to listen to a person talk who is the only person that can talk to God in this group anyway, and who is higher than the rest of the people because of the position in the church, and who is always talking about that as well, or making everybody feel like they've been so bad all week, or that they are reminded of their sins or something, right? To me, that is not a fun place to be. To me, that's not what I want it to be. And to me, I hear constantly in my life, in courses I've done, and big teachers that I've worked with, big names, they are all about superiority. Because that's what they think is what they're supposed to be doing. So it's not really, you know, in 90% of cases, it's not coming out of like truly wanting to be superior than you. They just feel like that's what they've got to do. And it stems from this old method. You have to allow yourself to be equal to anyone that you feel is higher than you. And how do you do that? Is that you see the qualities that you admire in someone and you remember that they are reflections of you. Just like you see qualities that you don't like in someone, they are also reflections of things you don't like about yourself. And it's understanding that balance. Okay? And you will be rewarded. All right. In this card, it tells me there really is no difference between the two of these people. One is saying that they're doing it because they're doing it for a good reason. He says he doesn't really have a reason, he's just doing it. So is what's the lesser of two evils here? It's all about control. We have to be free. And when we free our mind, the rest follows. Oh my God, there's a song there. Okay, so let's sum it up. Final message. Here we go. He's doing the up. See, look at them. This is a sign. It is a worship signature. All right. Princess of Wands. And victory. You see how that calmed down in the last messages here. So what we have is the magician, who is just that, magical. Okay, he has his connections to all of the elements. He is also connected with the color red here. Red is your personal power. Red is actually power in its own sense. But this is the first card after the Fool. Okay, so the Fool begins his journey, right? The Fool is actually you in the tarot deck, right? You are the Fool, and this is the Fool's journey. And the first stop is he goes to see the magician, right? And this magician is again doing the as above, so below practice, which is actually coming from a negative place. Okay, so there is negativity in all spiritual things because it's been planted there, right? So it basically says that if you can dream it, you can manifest it, right? And this is the power behind, this is where he's getting it from. This is the power behind the magician. So he has his implements, he has his red robe, he has his white crown and white pants, and he has a beautiful big bright wand. He has his simple things in front of him. Cup, a disc, a sword, a wand, a scroll, a caduce. Green grasses mixed with roses and lilies in front of the table as well. So he is intent on the things that he's doing, right? So you are putting all of your energy, emotions, will, and ideas into the hands of your destiny. You are requesting the best outcome for yourself and everybody else around you. So there's Mercury and the caduce. Messages are coming in. Information is going to flood in. Healing is happening. awakening is occurring. The Hebrew letter for this is Beth, which means house, which means you. Correspondence is Mercury, Virgo, Gemini, and the key word is your willpower as well. So self-control, study, self-mastery. Don't put all of your energy into someone else or to something else, right? Don't put all of your, holding all of your hopes on something outside of yourself. This magician understands that he actually has all the power within him to manifest his infinite desires. A house is behind him in the shadows here. So it also shows to me that he is capable of changing himself to go higher and higher and higher and higher in energy at any time. And then the house, which is an external thing, is represented by how he is on the inside. So if you look at someone on the outside and they look disheveled and, their skin's bad, and, they've got hanging, bits and pieces or whatever. They just don't look well. It's not because of anything else other than how they feel about themselves. Because that's what started it all in the first place. So the more that you're working on the inner house, yourself, and loving on all the different parts of who you are, even if even if that's a kind of a hard thing to do sometimes, right? You're loving on yourself and you're just accepting yourself. That's what it all boils down to. Your house or your outer self reflects that. The light shines through you. You see, sometimes, do a video and my face will just turn bright white. That's the inner joy, the inner light radiating inside out. People see another person's soul vibration. And this is saying, look, you've got this power within you to manifest anything that you desire, and that's your secret power. Your superpower is you, not anybody else outside of you. Understand that and you will understand everything. The Princess of Wands is right next door, also inspiring with her fiery message and creative message as well. And the energy here is focused on the fire of earth. The key word is kind of envisioning, okay? Using your visions. So she actually has a cat that hovers above her, etc., etc. as well. So this is about being inquisitive, taking risks, bursting with potentials, constantly starting new projects, having a creative drive, harnessing your creativity and overcoming fear. So this is about experience as well, and using your experiences for the better, okay? The energy of this Princess of Wands is infectious. She is full of it. She's full of energy. She's like, what are we doing sitting around? Let's do it. We've got plenty of things to do. However, she may be starting so many projects that she doesn't ever finish one. Right? She just may be so excited about the prospect of something beginning that she doesn't close anything off. And you're kind of being forced here to look at your own life. Hey, where have I left doors open? Where are things still dangling? Where are there no boundaries? So this is also about new people coming into your life that have that creative spark and are full of energy. And you may also just need that little push. Sometimes we get it for your victory to arrive. We've got a lot of Wands energy because it's Leo energy. It's fire energy, right? And we're being pushed into these beautiful new vibrations, but we're trying to navigate the old ones away from us. Sometimes we need to see how this full moon continues to come up. That by the time we have this full moon, we're going to be also going through a whole nother victorious phase. So we have here the Six of Wands, which is victory. Fire, Jupiter, Sun, Leo, Jupiter. Jupiter. So a victory, a great honor. Star is rising, becoming well known, putting new ideas into practice, and accepting this recognition, right? Triumph over the hard times. We do become victorious here. Horse is gentle and calm, moving forward easily. The rider is moving ahead and doesn't really care what anyone else thinks either. They're focused on the path ahead. So, everyone wants to receive praise, let's face it. It feels good when we're recognized for what we've actually accomplished. I know some people want praise all the time. And they put comments out there about everyday life. A little job you did today and you put it on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, you cleaned your car today. Huh, great. Good job. Here's a golden star. Right? Some people just, they don't think anything of that. They're just updating you, I guess. Right? But this is bigger than that. Okay, this is a bigger personal accomplishment here. So, we stop being, the more we indulge in our feelings of winning and just allow that to come through, the less likely we are going to go into that loser mentality and fall into suppression or depression, people call it. I call it suppression. You're out of it. Why would you want to go back in it? Again, that's another thing that I've never understood on the healing pathway and trying to help people. They get right out of it. They have huge victories. Their life changes completely. They have miracles. Right? I'm talking to the point people couldn't have babies and then they could. Right? They have these miracles. Then they go right back to where they were. I often ask the angels, why is that? You know what the simple answer is? Because they want to. It's simple. There are some people who are actually afraid of having a better life. And those things are can be healed, of course. But it needs to be worked on. Some people don't want to hear that, So this is our month of August. We are embracing ourselves. We are excited about our prospects. We are peaceful people. We are doing our thing. We're doing the best that we can, right? And we're allowing beginnings to happen and endings to occur. We're allowing these things in our life because we've learned not to resist them. When you resist an ending occurring, you are prolonging your agony. And it's like, how long you want to go with this whole situation? It's not going to change. Remember that you have your own inner power. Always. No one can take that away from you unless you give it to them. No one's blocking you. No one's... people might be attacking, energetically, whatever, if they want to waste their time. Change it all. You know what I do? Any negativity that's around me, that's around my shield, I just transform it into positive energy and use it. Awesome. The more hate you send, the more love I get. It's amazing. I don't even have to worry. It all gets transformed for positive, abundant, creative energy. And I can use it. It's transmuted. Understand that you can get a way out of any situation. Your head, start talking, record yourself, okay? Press record on your phone when you want to have a bitch about what's not happening for you or how much you have to do. Or how much still has got to go and who's in your life and press record, right? And just say it. Don't worry about it. Just say all the things that are really annoying you right now or why you can't do something or whatever. And then listen to it. Give yourself feedback. Say, oh my God, look at all the time I'm wasting there and there and there. Look at all the hooks that are in that person and that person and that person. Yet I think I'm blocked. Someone's sending me crap? No, I'm throwing crap out there. I'm getting it back karmically. It's my own stuff coming back at me. I'm walking in my own shit. Right? It's serious. Now, it doesn't mean, and I always say this to people, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to not have arguments. You don't have to, not get really, really upset every now and then or say the wrong thing. It's not about being perfect. If you want to be perfect, then you need to, pray for the rest of your life for perfection. It's just not going to come. You have to just own yourself and accept yourself for exactly how you are. That is the key to life. Key to life is acceptance. That you already have the key to life. There you go. Enlightenment's within you. It's not anywhere else. People can prompt you and help you and shift you and help you change and blah, 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 but you've got to do it. Man, it can be a tough road when you decide that you want to help others for your lifetime. It can be a tough road when you see someone with magnificent potential and they sabotage themselves all the time. It's really hard to see that. I see that with all of you. Not that you're all sabotaging yourself all the time, but that you have. And blocked yourself, But it's all changing now. We are manifesting our reality daily. And yes, I love those cards. Heaven and Earth Tarot. Very beautiful. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, we got these new cards. I want to have another quick look at those. So thank you to Renee for these Obsidian Oracle. She got these for me, which is awesome. I did a short sort of unboxing of this morning, but let's go. Okay. So let's get a message from here. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on the Gong Hee Fot Choi, okay, which is a divination system. I did make a video earlier, but it didn't really work too well, so I'll do it again. There's always a reason. Okay. These cards are really different, so we'll take the messages as well. The first one is the cicada and the blue apatite crystal, which we love. Blue apatite's really nice and deep. All right, yes. We have the white bats and Larimar stone. Ooh, that might be an interesting combination. And we have the waning crescent moon. All right, see how they're a little bit different? And then, when I get a new deck, selenite goes right on it, right? For a little while. Cicada and blue apatite. Let's take a look what this means. Rebirth, transformation, and breaking free. Cicadas can live up to 17 years, dwelling underground most of their life. Due to the way they shed their skin and are born from the ground, they represent immortality and rebirth in cultures around the globe. Blue apatite is a powerful psychic and spiritual stone with cleansing power, used to clear confusion and negativity and to boost personal growth and knowledge. Release yourself from the mistakes of your past and stop using them to beat yourself up mentally and spiritually. You're a human. We learn more from mistakes than we do from successes. Use your past to educate you, then let it go, freeing yourself to move on, refreshed and reborn, living as a better person from now on. Okay? Again, reaffirming the let it go energy, right? White bat and Larimer. It's kind of like the devil card. Addiction, temptation, and also healing power. A white bat is a symbol of transformation. Again, often from addiction, it can represent the shedding of something in your life that drains you of self-belief and power. Larimer is a healing stone said to hold the energy of the sky and the sea. Reminiscent of a sunny ocean, it can bring harmony to body and soul and help with guilt and anxiety. We live in a world where temporary pleasures are everywhere, seducing and urging us to overindulge and forget what truly ails us. Desire can be healthy when tempered, but too often it spirals out of control. Take back your power. You have more control than you believe, even if it takes you on a difficult journey. Face what causes you pain and act to eliminate it. And finally, so these are speaking for themselves. The waning, what is it? Waning crescent. Yep. Hang on. Here we go. Surrender, clearing, and reflection. So the term waning is used to describe the shrinking of the moon into the darkness as the moon's illumination is reduced. So during the waning phase, the moon is transitioning from full to new, through gibbous to quarter, and finally to crescent. This is the smallest element seen of the moon before it is a new moon once more. So this is a time of preparation and reflection. As the light from the moon diminishes and the shadows increase, you may be feeling naturally more introspective. Consider indulging in some shadow work as you really consider any destructive behavior patterns or actions that you want to clear and release. Ask yourself what negativity is around you, either within or without, that you want to be rid of. What are you reflecting upon? What are you clearing? What are you releasing? What's going to go before the new beginning? Well, you already know. Things you've been holding on to, things you've been afraid of letting go of, situations that are changing and you're like, oh, I'm afraid of what will happen in the future, right? And we can't be, we can't be. We have to remain vigilant just in being positive within ourselves. And that is the best foot forward, especially right now. Okay, my final message today is going to be the Lenormand cards. And as I said, I will do a separate video on some other forms of divination, just for fun. But I have some more cards that are coming that have been sent for me. I'm so grateful to receive. I'm like a little kid, like getting these gifts. I get all excited. I'm so grateful. If you do, and if you do happen to know of a deck that you would like me to use or something, let me know. I am open to receiving, so if you want to send anything at any time, that's fine as well. I had to get used to saying that because I'm not about, hey, send me stuff, right? So if you do have a recommendation for a deck, let me know. And we will go from here. All right, so the first thing is the collective is the male, masculine and feminine energy. I don't think I'm going to get the cards out to represent that. I think I'm just going to clear these Lenormand cards. Maybe this will work like this. Okay. All right. August 2022. We'll probably do more when we get the moons and all kinds of stuff that we get. Okay. Oh. First card. Here we go. The whip. I'm just going to leave it right where it was. the whip. Remember, they have to be in pairs. Okay. So the first inclination here is the whip. The whip is connected with the message or the letter. Okay. So this is news about a problem, a situation. Just a sec. Okay, a situation happening as we speak, perhaps. And the whip can also be connected with physical activity, all right? It can be connected with sexual activity. It can be connected with arguments. It can be connected with muscles and tendons even. Now, the whip has come up here with the letter. And that is ending, this is about threats. There's some kind of threat going on. It's a very fast acting kind of energy too, and a fast threat. Sometimes it can bring arguments and differences of opinion. If this was coming up in a romance situation, sometimes it can mean, falling out of the ways. So let's keep going. We have the stalk and we have the clover. But something lucky is going to occur here for this month, right? We're asking for the month of August 2022. Now, it says here about a positive move, about changes that are happening, even if it is a problem, an argument, an issue. Changes that are happening that are positive. Okay, keep going. How much news do we want to have? We have more coming. Wow, in this energy we have news about a promise, a contract, a connection. The birds are here. An engagement, a spouse, an agreement that is made. And it's lucky because remember you had the clover behind this as well. A lucky agreement is made. Okay? A level of communication between two people is the birds here. Coming up. Okay, there's the child. And the woman. The woman and the child. Okay. Now this can literally mean a baby right up until a teenager. And it's talking about it being right next to the woman. And this could exactly be a girl, a petite girl or a teenage younger girl, right, as well. It can reveal a pregnancy. It can reveal a number of children you may have we look at the surrounding cards, etc. It can also be used to represent a young child or teen in the reading. Maybe this is a lucky connection for some of you. Maybe this is a connection with a new beginning. Maybe this is a connection with someone that you're going to marry and have children, if that's important to you. Maybe this is on your mind. Maybe the children of the world are on your minds. Okay, as well. So what are we going to find out here? Something beginning. And something loving is here as well for us. So what else do we need to know? Okay, time is of the essence. Remember, this is an extended edition to the Lenormand. And then we have a finishing right here. Very quick ending. Very quick ending. Oops, hang on a minute. Card dropped. Very quick ending. To what? Okay. There it is again. Okay, this is an ending. This is an ending, and it has to do with the fox. This is a different situation altogether. So what we've already experienced with the child and the woman, it's all positive, 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 positive. And then we have this crash, right? Very quickly, because the time is right there. Now we've got the coffin, and we have the fox. Now sometimes this can be about employment, funeral employee, right? Coroners, maybe there's information about this coming out. Maybe, I don't know, there's going to be some kind of worker that's talking about this. But we also have to remember the combination here of the scythe and the fox, and the scythe and the coffin. And that can mean difficulties, self-mutilation in some cases, people cutting themselves, right? And it could also be an accident here. We've just got to be mindful that this is something that, we need to be careful of, that we're not rushing, right? Because that's when my accidents happen to me, when I'm rushing or I'm not listening to myself. When I'm not listening to the stoppages that I get as well. So what else about this? Okay. Okay. What else? What's finishing here? Oh my God, we're getting our wishes to come true. Okay, so we're wishing for an end. We are wishing for things to finish. It looks like it's finishing abruptly. All of the negative stuff, all of the sneaky stuff, all of the behind the scenes stuff. And we're going to start to see clearly where we're going. Our wishes for our land, for our home, for our family, for our friends, for our work, for our dreams, for our goals. Our wishes are coming true. Okay, what else is going on here? And we keep on being blasted and blasted and blasted with more and more and more information, which is really lucky for us. Right? This is the taking a chance. All right? So some of you are taking a chance on the information that comes forward. Some of you, your lucky gambles pay off. Some of you just trusting in your instincts, and although it's going to be a little bit of a pain, you're going to come out on top in this situation for yourself. Right? And you probably end up with more than one direction that you can take. And a lessening of responsibilities for you. Once you do this within yourself, the fish indicate abundance on every level. What's going on with the abundance for everyone? Extremely abundant, extremely positive. So once we make a decision, okay, of what we will and what we won't accept in life, stuff starts to happen. We start to manifest more of what we want, okay? Now, okay, so this ends up being like going around in circles. So what are we going around in circles about? And this health stuff keeps on coming up. So people are still bobbing around about this. Remember that we did a reading with the lenormand back in July, and it talked about a new infection, right? And obviously the pox stuff's been coming out, right? People are talking about it and freaking out about it, and it's like, it's always been there. It's like, like venereal diseases don't go away. Viruses that are, sexually transmitted or whatever, it's not going away. Are you afraid of everything that you do all of a sudden? Are we supposed to be? Is that we're being told now about every single virus? Wow, if you knew about every single virus and what it can do, man, everyone would be afraid to do anything, right? So there is still confusion about the health side of things. Okay? Just be careful. Make sure you're protecting yourself, washing your hands, all that sort of thing. Like staying clean. Don't be kissing strangers and stuff. Okay. Okay. So we have help. We have a helpful situation. We have social engagements. We're going to start having a lot more fun, like I would think. Okay, there's going to be things that are changing and, agendas that are being pushed again. But we're going to see through things and, we've had enough. We've had enough. The moon, again, is going to be important. The moon is going to be important for us every single time. We're going to be able to look at things in a different way, much more closely, much more intuitively. We're going to have an overseas event with a lady. Well, that's what we're going to be told. Some of you are going to be receiving news from someone who has an accent or is foreign born. And this news is going to be connected with health, healing, and also finances as well. And it's very, very good for you. Okay, so if you've been contemplating something or working with someone or whatever, then this is a confirmation that it will be the right thing for you. And it will get rid of the problems that you've been going through. Oh boy. Here's the snake. Okay, so who's the snake here? Someone connected in. This is a new snake. Someone connected into our future a little bit. Okay, tell us more about this. It is a male. Or a masculine. Or someone thinking about being a masculine. Or whatever they want. And we're able to get past this anyway. We're going to see right through it. Yep, we're going to get past the obstacle. Past the enemies. And move into our stability. Unlock the doors that have been holding us in. Receive, receive, receive all of the good news and the blessings and the lights. Literally, some of you are receiving a key to a house. Hello, hallelujah. Having a transaction with some kind of real estate or whatever. And there will be some people that don't want to see you win, right? There's some important people that don't want to see us win either. We don't care. We can see the mask. I started talking about certain masks and things. In my last video that I took down, I went too far. But this just confirmed to me what I was saying. Anyway, I'm not going to repeat it. Look, we're just things are just not as they seem. Okay? It's all been a joke. All of it. And we figure it out. We get ourselves into a very, very calm and peaceful time. Our hearts are connected. We are gifted. We are literally going to receive because of what we've endured. Our hearts are open to receiving. We are sick of the masquerade. We're sick of the problems. We're sick of bad decisions. We're sick of people, always controlling our fate, our petrol prices, the food, people's lives. You wouldn't believe, I'm in Colorado Springs, you would not believe the veterans that are on that street, homeless. Why? Why in the hell, out of anybody, would our veterans be on the streets? I just don't understand that. It's so much. My friend from Sydney came over and for his work, he was going to choose between Los Angeles, Orange County, or the UK. And I got so excited when I heard that he was going to consider, being here, because I'd have, someone to go visit with, my husband, and oh, I just had so many plans. Because of the condition of LA and Orange County and the amount of he couldn't believe it. The amount of homeless people he saw. He goes, oh my God, it's really gone downhill in a year. I said, in a year? I said, so you're not going to move here? Because I thought out of UK and, coming to the United States, a big place, big open place, he's going to go to the UK now. Because of the state of what he saw. I don't even know what else. I'm sure it's more than what he was saying. But I was really surprised to hear that. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was so bad that people are just like, I can't live here. I can't be here. I got to get out. Got to get out as fast as I can. So all of these things need to change. There should be ways in which, especially in the United States, with the amount of people that you have, that there should be more assistance, tiny homes or incentives or something. I mean, certainly something that I would like to think about is mental health for the veterans, and understanding them and helping them to heal, and also housing and jobs for them, because it's just so upsetting. You see young people, young families, people with their dogs out on the streets, just can't afford it anymore. And, when you have places that continually raise the prices because they can, then that's what we see. So things are changing, and they've got to change, and things have got to be dealt with fairly, right? And situations have got to come to a point where we are all tired of being controlled. People who don't think they're being controlled are being controlled. You're being used, in a sense, for other people's agendas. You think that, governments or, whatever are on your side, because they're saying the same things as you, but it's not. They're using you for their agenda. And it becomes a bigger thing where something is stripped away from us in the disguise of helping us. Do you see what I'm saying? So all things need to be looked at, not just one or two things that have happened. All things need to be examined, and believe me, they are. By the end of July, 2022, multiple people had changed, come forward. Multiple places had changed leaderships, changed hands. Multiple things suddenly changed, and August is going to continue that vibration of things suddenly happening, suddenly overturned, suddenly shifted, suddenly the truth coming out, suddenly things that you didn't expect are coming. They're just here, right? We've got it going on, and all we have to do as people, as beings of light, as sovereign beings of light, is understand that we just need to focus on what we're doing. Focus on light on the earth. Focus on sending angels to every window, to every home, to every street corner around the globe to amplify that light and anchor it in for us. That we don't focus on all that we expect to see on the news or whatever. And we focus on where we're going in our mindset, in our spiritual vibration, in our life, everywhere. And we think of things as being simple instead of difficult. We think of changes occurring fast instead of slow. We think of, the issues and the problems that we face around the globe as being already taken care of. Already taken care of. It doesn't even matter how. People have got all kinds of theories. I don't care. It's just already taken care of. And this is the best foot forward. Now, I'm going to be back with more readings for August as we go along. Gong Hee Fok Choi and all kinds of things. I am continuing my little reading special. Okay, so that'll be in the comments below where you can just go straight to it. And you can ask me 3 questions and get a recorded reading for yourself. I'll continue that for a little while. You can make 12-month payments on all of the Academy, and you can start right away and join in on the discussions and the group calls and Zoom calls and things that we do, and start your life in a brand new way. Many of the students are already working with others now and seeing absolutely mind-blowing results. I'm so proud of each one of them. And, we're changing this world with our vision of ourselves. That's what needs to change, because that's the thing that's neglected always. The other thing I wanted to show you is that Sitting Bull watches me all the time. I'm not joking. You ready? There he is. Literally watching me all the time. Right? He's in my room here, and he can see me. I'm sitting right here, right? He's watching what I'm up to. He's listening to what I'm saying. He's listening. Hope you're still there. Oh my God. Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for listening this far, and sending lots of love and many blessings. Thank you to Dana for my Sitting Bull picture, and Renee for my new cards, and to all of you for listening. I will see you in the next video. Lots of love, and bye for now.